And I was skeptical before I joined. I didn't like him.
Samuel, I love Samuel. Love him or hate him, he's still extremely turned on. It just blew my mind. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. I don't need the academy because I'm just going to smash it.
Camden is a former luxury yacht crew member from South Africa who traded ocean adventures for crushing it in UK property. After discovering Samuel Leeds and joining the academy, he exploded onto the scene, building a portfolio of rent-to-rents and sourcing deals that net him nearly 10k a month. Now running sailor estates, raising finance from his yacht industry contacts, and even claiming an academy boxing title, Camden's journey is pure proof that bold action, elite networks, and unstoppable energy lead to becoming self-unemployed.
Academy all the way. I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be on the boats. I would be on the boats right now, away from my family, earning decent money, but working for someone else. Yeah, it's not sustainable.
Hello and welcome to the Self-Unemployed Podcast, where we talk about the mindset for building wealth and becoming financially free and self-unemployed. Today it's going to be a very fun episode because I'm joined by Camden, who is probably Samuel Leeds' biggest fan, I think.
Could be. I could be up there. I love Samuel.
Yes. I think everyone who's on the academy does, which is so weird. Such a contrast to people who aren't on the academy. There's so much hate for him.
It's true.
Which is so weird. And I was skeptical before I joined. I didn't like him a little bit. Before I didn't hate him or anything, but I was skeptical when I joined. But I went to a crash course and I thought it's only £1. I might as well see what it's about, and it just blew me away.
His energy is electric. Yeah. It's crazy. I love it. Like I go to a lot of other networking events outside of the academy, and I'm like my mentor Samuel Leeds, this and that. Like I'm on the academy, and I actually need to say love him or hate him. Like he's still extremely turned on, business, property. So I kind of go in there knowing that some people really kind of don't get the side of him, maybe because they've never met him, maybe because they're a bit threatened by him potentially.
I think because the way he puts himself across online is sometimes he kind of deliberately is controversial and because it gets attention and it works.
It's so calculated.
But the downside is it doesn't show the true side of him. It doesn't show the love he has for his academy members, the passion to help us, to make us, to see us succeed. Yeah. And all that doesn't really come across. I personally think Samuel doesn't care about what other people think. Like all his time and love and energy really does go into the academy. That's why we're all winning. That's why we're all succeeding. And I'm sure his energy is very limited. He can't be sharing all his knowledge and all his love and trying to win people over when because that takes a lot out of him. So that's why I think he's just proper. He's got his family in the academy, and that's why we all killing it. And it's interesting as well. Like I think mindset's really important, and how we distribute our energy is really important, because at the end of the day, the only thing that makes a difference is taking action. And he's got people that love him, got people that hate him. So he's going to focus his attention and his time and his effort and his passion on the people that love him. That's going to be much more productive than dealing with internet trolls.
Exactly.
We'll get back to the interview in a moment. First, do you ever feel like the system is designed to keep you broke while the rich get richer? Well, we're here to help you flip the script. Our podcast, a newsletter, breaks down the 4 phases of wealth. Ditch bad debts, make your money work for you, take smart risks, and systemize for true freedom. If you want tips and exclusive content to build your wealth, click the link in the description to join our newsletter and take your first step to becoming self-unemployed. But having said that, I still can't help sometimes looking on Reddit and seeing what people are saying and
keeping up with the gossip.
And it's just
while you're doing that, I'm busy selling deals.
Yeah, so that's why you're making
Come on.
money. So tell us about what you're doing, and then we'll talk a bit more.
Of course. Yeah. So I've been on the academy for just under 2 years now. But 6 months before I joined the academy, 1 year actually before I joined the academy, I did the deal. The rent-to-rent. Service accommodation crash course.
4-day course?
Yeah. Like the £2,000 one. And I was like, it just blew my mind. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And I was like, I don't need the academy because I'm just going to smash it. And then I pretty much went full into property then. I was like, because I had a bunch of savings, and I just tried to get my rent-to-rents going. And it took me so much longer than I was expecting. It took me 6 months to find my first rent-to-rent. It is a 1-bedroom flat in Brighton. And then I went overseas, so I systemized that property in like 2 weeks. I, got it up and running, painted it, furnished it, tested out systems. And then I went over to Abu Dhabi because I used to work on private luxury yachts. And I was actually there for 4 months. Like the first Airbnb I've ever had, I was managing it myself from overseas.
Wow.
So I kind of had to learn fast. And that kind of, I was doing okay through the winter months in Brighton. And as I was coming back to the UK, I was like, okay, I've been doing this for almost a year now. 6 months to find the place, 4 or 5 months running it. And I was like, I thought I would be, 10 steps ahead of where I am now. So then I was like, okay, I need to make a plan to get the help and the support that you get on the academy. And then that's when I just dove in.
Because, a lot of people say, oh, why would you spend that much money on a course? It's like, but it's not a course. I mean, Samuel's brilliant and everything that he does, but that's just the tiny part of it, really. What I benefit from is the network, the community, the support, the mentors as well. But even the mentors is a small part of it. For me, the biggest thing is the inner circles where you get to go and meet other academy members, share your successes, your challenges. Because every challenge, every problem we've got, someone else has had it, and sometimes we get bogged down by our problems. But you come to an academy event like an inner circle, and it helps you to just sort of see through and remind yourself of what it's all about and why you're doing it. So that for me is the most valuable.
I think property. Like I honestly, in the last 6 months, I've kind of, previously I tried to do everything myself. You know what I mean? Like I tried to find the investor and source the deal. And myself, just because there's more cash and stuff, but I was actually doing myself like a disservice because property is such a people's game. Like it's really about who you know and who knows you, and everyone in the academy. Thankfully, we all help each other. We all pull each other up. And once like, how do you get deals? Like you need to win over agents, you need to win over landlords. Like you can't do everything alone. Like it's always people. Thankfully, I think like I'm quite a friendly, happy, energetic person. So I've kind of built up quite a good contact base in the academy and even outside the academy. And that's kind of definitely helped me kind of propel in the last, since joining really.
Yeah, so you got that one essay that you started, and what else have you got?
So just like a brief overview right now. I've got 4 rent to service accommodations. I've got 1 9-bed 9-bath rent to HMO, which is doing stupidly well. I've done 2 BRRs. One was myself up in Liverpool. That is before I joined the academy. It was a nightmare. I learned loads from that, so we'll maybe touch on that at another point. And then I did like a JV with my girlfriend's mom up in Middlesbrough. And now I've just been deal sourcing, been selling,
And then you still own the BRRs, right?
So the one in Liverpool I own, and then the other one, I only had a small amount of equity in there. There's like a small JV kind of situation, but I've been bought out of that property. But I still kind of help with the day-to-day stuff. If you get a family member into property, you've kind of got to help them throughout the whole process, even if you don't own anything.
So let's go back a bit though, because you've got a bit of an accent, so you're not from the UK.
I have an accent. So born and raised in South Africa, and I was there for 18, 19 years. Went through school and high school, and I love the country. Have you ever been?
No, but I had a lot of really good friends that were from South Africa.
Nice.
When I used to live in London, lived in Streatham, and we had some friends, and it's funny because I hear really good things and really bad things about the country. Like everyone, So what's going on? Tell me why is that?
So I think because I grew up there, you kind of get used to all the chaos and how dangerous it really is. But like if you're a foreigner, like when I went over there with my girlfriend who's British, like she was crapping herself all the time. She was like on alert almost. I was like, relax, like no one's gonna hurt you. But like it is crazy. Like the crime rate is is crazy. You know, the murder rate, the crime rates. Like, I've had friends that have been, you know, murdered, carjacked, literally are like stabbed in their own home. My mom's had a gun pointed at her face, you know, in a house robbery. Like it is crazy. It actually is. It's very dangerous. But like, just across that is like just the most raw beauty.
Yeah.
You got the coastline, you got Table Mountain, you've got the nature parks, you got some of the best surf spots in the world. And it is actually like a thriving, growing economy right now. Cape Town is like very first world. The rest of, you know, you get Joburg and like all the other areas are kind of third world. But the CBD, the Cape Central Business District, there's a lot of business. There's a lot of growth. You know, properties increasing.
So do you think things are going to get better? I mean, why is there so much crime? Is it bad?
It's got to lead down to like the apartheids. You know, I'm sure you know what the apartheid is. Yeah, like the segregation of, you know, white people and black people and colored people. It's still absolutely crazy. There's a big divide. Not a good
distribution of wealth.
There's a huge divide. Yeah, like, you know, people living in their houses, people of color, and then they got forced by the government at the time. They like moved them out into like horrible areas, like with not lots of, I suppose, natural resources and good like geographical areas to live, and they had to like build, you know, shanty houses and shacks and ghettos pretty much to survive. And then, you know, all of the white people, like settlers and stuff at the time, just took like the best places. And yeah, of course, like the education, like the education was completely different.
Yeah.
Which, you know, as a country,
completely different
always
to today or to here.
Different today. Yeah, no, just different today. Like, but as a country, you want to be educating and developing and growing like that. Put the country
grow a middle class,
hundreds of years back.
Because a lot of people think, because I used to live in Paraguay, which is a third world country. It's quite poor. But when you go there, what you realise is that in poor countries, it's not that everyone's poor and everyone lives in like mud huts or anything like a lot of people I think imagine, but it's that there is a massive gap between the rich and the poor. So you see people who are, you know, super rich in their lifestyle compared to here, but then you see people who are super poor as well. So yeah, but the key is to sort of grow the middle class. And you do that through education, but it takes time, and I guess that's what's
exactly.
Right?
No, but so Cape Town's amazing, and then I left there. I saved up a bunch of cash. I worked like 2-3 jobs for like a year straight. I was actually sleeping on the floor for like almost a year because we rented out, me and my 2 friends, we rented out a 2-bedroom apartment. And then I had like the lounge in Cape Town, right under Table Mountain, beautiful spot. But I was tight on cash, you know what I mean? Like when I moved out of my house, so I was technically sleeping on the floor. Like I just had a mattress on the floor, like in the kind of like open plan lounge kitchen area. So I just did that to save money really. And then I came to the UK because my dad's got a British passport. He was born in Birmingham. His parents were doing some work here for like 2 years, ages ago. And then I ended up being in Surrey, in Weybridge, small like cute little town or village, I should say. And yeah, then I just got like a living position at a pub, worked me up to like general manager in a sense, and then just saved up a lot of cash because the minimum wage back home in South Africa is like £1 an hour. Like the equivalent. So you come over here, I'm earning, let's say, £7-8. That's, you know, 7 times the hourly rate. So I saved up money.
But isn't the cost of living is going to be higher and things?
Yeah, it's a bit. You'd be surprised. Yeah, it obviously is. But like that difference in the minimum salary, it's still worth definitely living here and moving here. And then I went back back home. Did my yacht training and certificates.
Okay. So
and then I went back home, and then I've just been on the yachts ever since. You know, traveling like a lot of the world, and seeing some crazy things. And
you were doing that right up until you settled here and got into property.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah.
So you full-time property, or you still
full-time property? I do have a passion. Like obviously, my company's called Sailor Estates, and the whole reason why I named it Sailor Estates was because I'm still growing my investors list, and like I'm working with captains and, you know, deckhands and chief officers and stewards, people in that industry who are earning a lot of money, you know, and then they don't know what to do with it. And
they're not in the UK, so they can't be hands-on.
Exactly.
So you're offering a sort of hands-off service for them.
Exactly. Yeah. So I've been raising finance. I've been selling a few deals. partnering with some of these people. So it's like all that hard work that I put in, like they are my audience. Everyone else, I sell deal to other sorts of investors. People on the academy.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting that, because I do think a lot of people forget the value of their previous experience and their previous. A lot of people have a career change to get into property, and a lot of people don't realise that there's actually a lot of value in what they've done before and the contacts they've made before. For me, I used to. I had a video production company, and then I travelled. I started a YouTube channel teaching English. I did quite well.
Wow.
And then, I at that time, I brought my filmmaking skills into my teaching. And then now I'm sort of doing the same thing with the podcast.
Nice.
But then loads of other people have done similar things, like Shannon, who is on the podcast. She's using her background as nursing. I think she houses a lot of nurses, doctors and nurses and things.
Yeah,
so
it's very clever.
I think that's a key thing to kind of people. We downplay our own value. I think the value of our experience, because it's ordinary to us, but it's extraordinary to everyone else, and we don't realize the value sometimes of that.
Yeah, it's just like a big form of leverage, you know what I mean? Like why not use your previous contacts and your experience and those relationships? Because again, working on the yachts for 6 years, I made some amazing friends, and I'll call them family almost. So they know me super well. They're earning money. I know how to make them a crap load more money. And it's just a win-win-win.
And is this mostly other crew members or like the owners?
Crew members, yeah. So there's a very fine line on the yachts. Like they're very strict NDAs, and like very, very privatized. We're not allowed to reach out to these people. Like proper celebrities and royalty and things like that. We are serving them. We are literally their servants. So you're not really. I've got a few, like one or two of the owners of the yachts that I've worked on. I've got them on WhatsApp. Like I could technically reach out to them, but again, I don't think.
But they're sort of they own them as a business and charter them out rather than being. So that's why you have a relationship with them rather than being owner.
No, so to be fair, like the one I was working for, I think it was a year in on like a 55-meter yacht, beautiful yacht, and the owner owned like big real estate, like commercial shopping malls and stuff in America, in different parts of America. So that's his like bread and butter. But no. So he was like almost like a live-on boss, and we would, do whatever he needed, take his kids out swimming and this and that, and But to be fair, he's like 1 in a million. Like he's a very nice boss, and you can have that banter with.
Yeah. But the normal thing would be that you there's that.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I know. I'm mostly targeting. Crew members. Definitely.
Interesting.
Good.
Yeah. So it must be a whole different world.
It's crazy. Like some days you're having a bad day and you scrubbing the teak, and you like doing some paint touch-ups and here and there, because we looked after the whole exterior of the yacht. I was a bosun at the time, and like you like, oh, I'm working again. You look up and you're just like in the Bahamas, and crystal clear waters, and there's like a few sharks swimming around, and like it's just like, wow, okay, cool. Like I felt very blessed every day I was there. Even though the work was hard, you're working 12-hour shifts 7 days a week in a sense, and it's like full on. But I think that's why I grew so close to the crew members, because we're all in it together, and there's only like, let's say,
and you're
five to 10 of us. We're sleeping on with bunk beds, and like we confined to like they're called the crew mess, the crew quarters. Like we'd all eat.
But also
in an
just
area
the
like
boats,
this.
like there's no.
Exactly. I think the captain's job's very hard, because you've got to choose crew that gel well with each other. Otherwise, there's a lot of gossip and drama. But But no, the transition was it was still harder than I thought it would be. I think like in the last 6 months, like I have. It's very slow, it's like compound interest. I'm sure it's bit by bit, like doing those small things every day, learning, going on networking events, meeting people, trying, failing, and then it just compounds. And then like now I'm kind of on that trajectory where I am definitely going to be in a much better position. Like I just hired my girlfriend full time.
Okay, cool.
So we got like a VA as well. She's with us Monday to Friday, 4 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like a part-time VA, let's say, full-time, member of staff, my girlfriend. And when she joined last month, the 1st of December, she joined, and we like looked at all of our finances and stuff. And we're like, okay, cool. Like, we've technically got to make, well, our goal was to make £9,000 a month in deal sourcing every month moving forward. And we put our heads down and we like broke up the KPIs and like what we need to do. Let's get some bespoke investors. Let's sell some deals. Let's call some agents. And yeah, we ended up making £9,700 just through deal sourcing in the 1 month.
Yeah, that's very interesting because you sort of you kind of visualized what your goal was, and then you kind of reverse engineered it. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah. I think I need to do it a bit more like, if you're saying like I want to sell a deal this month, like what goes into that?
Yeah.
Like who you're selling a deal to, you need to find that out. You need to know like where you're going to find this deal. Are you going to partner with someone? Or are you not? How many phone calls does it take to find a property that works? How long does it take you to crunch a deal? But it's cool. I've been training my VA quite a lot, and she's helping me like crunch deals and look for opportunities and sending out contracts.
Okay, so you are both your VA and your girlfriend employee are working on the deal selling side of things.
Yeah. So
what about the SAs? Are they you self-manage?
To be fair, yeah. So we self-manage our HMO and our rent service accommodations. But my partner's kind of taking more of that over.
Okay.
So I'm kind of hands off on that. I'm kind of doing most of the deal sourcing myself. Because she's now helped me free up the time.
Yeah.
Because it is, 5 properties, there's 9 tenants in the one, and then there's a lot of guests spread out in the other. It's a lot of back and forth admin, invoices, cleaners, maintenance.
And all the bills and everything. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, it's I think we're quite a good team right now, and I'm looking forward to see what happens.
So tell me about your sort of mindset. Have you ever... Have you worked on your mindset? I mean, you told me you've done this. You set this goal and you reverse engineered it and things. Have you done anything else like that, more long term, or?
Not really. Like I'm all for like self growth and stuff. Like I do watch a lot of podcasts and stuff. I don't implement as much as I would like to, but like I think from a young age, I think I've just had so much love and support in my life. From my family, from my friends. I've got South Africa, the culture is very different. We've got like an open door policy. You can come and go, have food, bugger off, go skateboarding, go surfing. And I think with that base community and that support, I've always known like whatever I put my mind to and whatever I do and whatever I want to do, I'll definitely succeed. So maybe it's just drilled into me at a young age, maybe. But it's definitely from that support. Like I've never had one person in my life, say when I'm saying I'm getting into property investing or I'm signing up to Samuel Leeds, like no one's ever, no one close to me have said, "What are you doing? It's a scam. Don't do this." Like they're like, "Go for it." Like you can do it.
And you also sort of put yourself out there on your own at quite a young age, which probably helps as well.
Yeah, it's true. Like learning that, sustainability in a sense. So when I moved out, I was living with my gran for the last like 5 years of my high school. And then I love my gran so much. She's done everything for me. But the kind of agreement was, when you finish school and you can go to a job and earn a job, then you kind of need to leave the house, which is understandable because she raised 4 kids of her own. And then she had my brother and my sister. We were living with her just due to some external circumstances in the family.
So it put in you the idea at a young age that you're going to have to be
I think so.
Soon.
Yeah. Just that independence, definitely from a young age. So maybe that's it.
Yeah, that's cool. So how did you first discover Samuel Leeds?
I think I was on the boat, to be honest, and I was chatting to an officer, like working above me. His name is Patrick, and he owns quite a few properties in like here and chateaus in France and stuff. And he's very, like he's got his head screwed on when it comes to property. And I think he gave me the idea. He was like, "Cam, like you work in this job, you're earning good money. I was working like 2 months on and then 1 month off, but I was getting paid the whole time. So he's like, whenever you go home, like, you know, maybe just focus on property, you can start buying houses and, you know, get rental income and stuff. And I was like, okay, cool, like that's interesting. And then I was on YouTube and I typed in like UK property, and who comes up? Of course, the legendary Samuel Leeds. And no, like he's so electric and his energy is amazing, you know. And I think I was just hooked straight away. Just started devouring.
Did you go to a
content.
crash course?
Yeah. Then when I was next home, I went to a crash course just alone. I was actually at this hotel,
right?
And I went to a £1 crash course, and I was keen, but I wasn't sold yet. You know, I had a lot of doubts. I was second guessing myself, as a lot of people do. And then I think 4 months later, I went to another crash course because I was in Liverpool at the time. I was actually in Liverpool looking at houses to buy. I was viewing properties there with my girlfriend. I took her and a friend of mine called Jack to the crash course because he was also interested. And then I chatted to them. I was like, guys, do you think I should at least do the rent-to-rent course?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, if you're keen to do it, do it. And that's how I got into it.
Yeah. And then you did that, but you didn't join straight away. You said it was kind of 6 months or something.
Exactly. Yeah. So no, 1 year later, only 1 year later.
Yeah.
And I wish I joined the academy. You got to think, like, some people say, it's 12 grand, it's a lot of money, but my first rent-to-rent, that one rent-to-rent, earned over £12,000 profit in the first year. So like, how can you justify, you pay that money, and you're going to, if you implement the stuff, you are going to get it back. Like, and
then how much do you make on each deal?
Well, exactly, like £9,700 last month through deal sourcing. Then I had rent-to-rent income coming in. The HMO made us £1,400.
So you're making that every month? You're making...
The money's good. It's not extremely consistent unless I am selling deals consistently, because of course the rent-to-rents are seasonal. In the summer months, they're making like £3,000, up to £3,000 profit. Maybe in the winter months, maybe some are losing £500 here and there. But overall, you got to look at it, over a whole year period.
Yes.
And then the money's good.
Oh, it's good to hear you say you're losing money in the winter months.
I hands up.
I've got 3, and they're losing money at the moment.
Yeah. Where are yours right now?
Two near Bath and one
nice.
in Oxford.
And tell us about the lease option that you.
I got a lease option. It's a house that's owned by my aunt, and it was she lives in Paraguay, and they've owned the house for years and years and years, so it hasn't had a decent refurb for a long time. They've just been renting it out. But my uncle passed away a few years ago, unfortunately. And he was the one that really dealt with that side of things. So they, but they're successful. So
they recruited you.
Well, yeah. Well, I had. It was after I'd done the crash course, and then I had a couple of months before I did my first sort of advanced training, and I decided to go on holiday and sort of just absorb all the stuff. Absorb as much as I could. So I was watching all the videos and. Watching the old eviction videos.
Oh, those are amazing.
Yeah, the one with Anthony and so I learned about the idea of lease options then and before I joined the academy. So I floated the idea of it to my aunt. But at the time they had a tenant, but the tenant they had some problems, and I thought maybe I could help. But yeah, I planted the seed then. But that was January 24, so 2 years ago.
Wow.
And then just out of the blue, this about like August, September last year, they said the tenants moved out. So I was like, okay, what about that lease option idea that I told you about? Because it's got the potential to build a whole other house.
Yeah, you said.
But they're abroad, they don't know.
Sounds like a perfect
market.
lease option. Yeah. It really does.
Yeah.
I love what you said. They said you planted the seed 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that is so important. Like, you never want to hard sell people. Like, you've got to give them the idea and then walk away, let them digest it. Like most of my investors come from me helping people on look at deals. People send me deals that they get from other deal sources, and then what do you think? And I quickly look over it, give them my opinion. Yeah, I would sell this deal or I wouldn't. And just helping people, being friendly and just letting them know that you're always there to help. And so many of those people just come back. Like, I got 2 phone calls yesterday saying, hey Cam, it's been ages. Honestly, I don't even know what they look like. You know what I mean? I've just got their name saved on my phone. And they're like, I'm looking for a rent-to-rent deal in London. Can you help me? And I'm like, I can definitely do that.
Yeah.
You know, or even up in Liverpool, I kind of been able to, in the community, in the Samuel Leeds Academy, like I'm connected enough to almost source nationwide now.
We'll get back to the interview in a moment, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. Let us know what you think so that I can keep bringing you more valuable interviews in the future. And more importantly, there's a link in the description to sign up to my newsletter. I don't send a huge amount of emails, only just when I put out a new interview, a new episode, just to let you know there's some more valuable content available. Because YouTube isn't optimized for value. It's optimized to distract you. And I hope that I'm producing content that is valuable, is going to be really helpful to develop that self-unemployed wealth mindset. So use the link in the description to sign up to the newsletter, and look forward to seeing you there. But for now, let's get back to the interview.
Because sometimes you think, you know, why would anyone sell a rent-to-rent deal? Why wouldn't they just take it on themselves? But when you realize how things sort of snowball, once you've been doing it for a couple of years, you end up getting more and more too many deals that you can do yourself, I suppose. And whilst each deal sort of comes and then it goes, your investor list keeps growing.
Yeah, it's kind of what you want to, like, what are your goals? Like my goal when I started the academy was cash flow. And now I'm partnering with investors, I'm raising finance, I'm buying properties. We've just got a delayed completion, 2-year delayed completion flip project over the line. Well, it's like that last bit of legals. We've had everything agreed. We actually, secured that through underwriting at auction with an option, like a side agreement to do a 2-year delayed completion. So it gave the landlord, the owner, peace of mind because we agreed £145,000, delayed completion underwriting kind of agreement, and allowed her to drop the price, and they put it back at auction for £95,000. So it had a lot of attention, and it was like the final option for her because she was very confident that it would get over. I knew that the property would not get over that, but I agreed. So
you had this deal saying if it doesn't sell at auction, you'll buy it for this price, but with a delayed completion.
Exactly, yeah. Okay. If we agreed 145, if it went to 160, then we would have split that uplift.
Oh right, yeah.
So it was actually proper underwriting at auction. Yes. And then it didn't sell, and we had the option to do a 2-year delayed completion. That's a crazy story. I was going to sell that deal to an investor, and she said, yeah, keen, fully keen, and she then found out she needed to go into hospital. She had to get rushed into hospital, and it was over the time she was having due to have surgery, over the time that the auction was, the hammer was going to fall. And she said, I might be out of it, I might not be in a position to sign. So we took quite a large, nice, once-off fee for the property, and she gave us 75 grand as a personal loan agreement to my girlfriend. And my girlfriend's buying it in her personal name. So we are it's like a JV almost. We're doing it for her.
So you were going to sell the deal to her, then her circumstances changed.
Yeah.
So it ended up being a JV where she's just lending you the money.
Exactly, yeah. So it's a personal loan agreement in place, and then my girlfriend's we're going to do it. We're going to do it up. I'm going to do a lot of the refurb myself just to, get stuck in because it's not far from where I live. And then all the profit on top is going to be going to the investor as the interest. But we've still got a good amount of cash there, and the whole experience, going through the whole refurb process and a lease extension as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very, very crazy, structure.
Well, this is how
I've been turned down by 2 solicitors because their brains can't even comprehend it.
It was complicated getting a solicitor to agree to do the lease option because of my aunt being abroad. I had to get go through 2 or 3 before it would agree, and it was a bit more expensive as well. But yeah, it's weird how. But you wouldn't have been able to put that deal together. You didn't know all the strategies.
100%, 200%. I would never have done it if I didn't have the confidence as well.
Yeah.
Which of course I got through the mentors and through the training.
You must have had a lot of mentor calls.
Yeah, I did have a few. Yeah. But no, the academy is amazing. I recommend it to anyone. I don't think property investing is for everyone, but everyone can be a property investor. if they wanted to.
Yeah. But you see, I benefited from the academy in so many other ways that I didn't think I would. I didn't realize I would. That aren't in ways that aren't,
even property related, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that aren't sold as part of the academy. So
fitness. You got the Sunday socials. And
then that led to the boxing. So look, shall we go through? We've both agreed to sort of bring some of our memorabilia.
I'll go for
some of our souvenirs.
This isn't too impressive, but just some just lanyards to all the Samuel Leeds dinners and black tie events. Oh, so, you see, there we go. Collins is so organised compared to mine.
So this is a bit of a special one. This was the one from my crash course.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Before I joined the academy. And then this one was before I joined the academy, but the first 4-day training.
Yeah, you can see there's no academy on there.
No academy, and it's blue. And then we've got tons of the gold ones.
Yeah, nice.
That we get from all the inner circles.
No, they're classic. My girlfriend hates these, by the way. They're just on the back door of my office, and every time I open and close, it's like making this.
It's funny, isn't it? How they're sort of special souvenirs,
I know. And I could never get rid of them. Yeah.
This one's a bit special as well. This is when Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, came to London.
Yeah.
Spoke. You've got a.
Yeah, this was a cool moment. Yeah, I got a photo with Samuel and Jordan because I paid a little bit extra to get the.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, and then I got Jordan Belfort to sign a few banknotes. So he's got his little, it's not his proper signature because he was in a hurry. And I don't think he was too keen. He was just like, oh, this loser, what are you doing? But I had to ask him. But yeah, that's a good memory. And then talking about boxing and Sunday socials.
Yeah, so my fitness has improved. It wasn't something I thought I would have.
You're looking really good.
Thank you. You look back at some of the older episodes. I was 20 kilos heavier.
Wow.
And it's all because of the academy. And that's not something that I realised was going to happen.
I don't even think that they sell that.
No, exactly.
What I mean? It's just a bonus. Like Samuel Leeds and the whole thing is like under promise, over deliver, and they do that times 100. They really do. But this was a little goodie. This was at a Sunday socials kind of
so hang on, let's say what the Sunday socials
let's say so the Sunday socials is I think there's 3, right? There's one in Manchester,
Birmingham, London.
Yeah, Birmingham and London. So every Sunday, it's people go to church. You can go to church if you want to go to church, if that's your thing. So people worship, and then they go do some heavy boxing training, and just fitness. And then it
started off because Samuel had a boxing match planned. He's into boxing, and he had a boxing match planned, and I think he just wanted some people to spar with. So he opened up one of his
people to fight.
Yeah, he opened up his sort of training sessions for people to come along and join him, and it's become a regular thing. And he used to cancel it when he couldn't make it.
Yes,
but then he realised that everyone's
dependent
still just wanted to go.
So I live 2 hours away, and when it first started, when I first heard about it, I'm a big boxing fan. I love the fitness and the sport, and I would drive every Sunday 2 hours. I would try to go to church in the morning if I woke up on time, and then go to boxing for I think it's like an hour and a half, and then 2 hours back. So like the whole Sunday I was gone.
It is for me. It's like I think the inner circles are my favorite thing. Probably the Sunday socials are my second favorite thing.
Nice.
There's something really special about it. It's not like just going to work out at a regular boxing gym. But because we're doing that, but we also have everything else in common that we're all into. Property, even though we don't on certain socials, we hardly talk.
Yeah, we hardly talk. Yeah.
But the fact that we're all on the same wavelength, we're people on the same wavelength, and that's what is so great about the academy, is that because we're not like normal people.
No, we're not. I don't know. I think obviously being on the academy, it does change your mindset. It does. Yes. Like if it doesn't. Like then you're probably not attending the events enough and doing this, but it definitely raises your financial thermostat and how you see the world, and how you communicate with people.
Yeah, but also it changes your mindset. But also, I think there's a lot of people. I always felt like I'm on a different wavelength to everyone. I don't fit in, and people don't value me. I feel like I'm much more intelligent than people give me credit for. As soon as I came to the crash course, I realised I resonated with the people in that room. And I feel so much more valuable. I feel valued, which makes me feel more valuable. Which is just, that's for me.
That's beautiful. That's the academy, exactly.
Yeah.
But back to boxing. Sunday socials. So Sunday social event. I fought some guy. I did Muay Thai in Hong Kong when I used to live there, and I was there for 6 months. Well, I didn't live there. I worked on a yacht.
Where's my one?
Oh yeah, you got yours. But so I ended up doing a Muay Thai fight after 5 years not doing Muay Thai, and I ended up messing the guy up. So I was pretty happy about that.
At the Millionaire Smackdown?
No. So at the Sunday social event.
Oh, that's Sunday social one. Yeah.
And then we got these bad boys.
Yep.
You did so well, actually. Come on. Yeah, I watched your whole fight. You were
because I was immediately before yours.
Yeah.
Did you watch it on TV in the dressing room?
Yeah. You and
Jag.
You guys went hard.
It was so good.
And then I was very lucky to be the co-main event.
Yep.
And then I got this proper, Samuel Leeds light heavyweight champion of the academy. I mean, it's solid. It's really
nice.
Good.
And you got to be the
co-main event.
Yeah,
the co-main
because
event.
you had sold
the most amount of tickets collectively. Jack and I, the guy who was fighting. And it was so hard fighting Jack because I love Jack. Yeah. As you do, Jack. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
And I remember
there isn't any real beef between.
Of course not.
Even though in the build-up before, you make out that there is, but that's all just a bit of fun, a bit of marketing.
Yeah. After I won the fight, it was a close fight. Like I think I won the first 2 rounds, and then I got gassed out, and Jack came in strong, and he took the final round. But overall, I took it. But I remember.
I have to confess, I don't remember. I wasn't there in the room.
Oh, you must have been hyped up.
I was so hyped up. I was just so in a daze.
But,
partly because I've been hitting the head of you.
Yeah. But what ended up happening? So then Jack came at the end of the event to come to me, and he was like, "Bro, like, what were you doing?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "In the second round, like we were clinching, and you were like, dude, like I love you, bro." Like I whispered to him, like, "Dude, I love you so much." And then I looked back on the footage, and I could see myself, and I actually remember that. I was like, again, no bad blood, ever.
No.
Everyone loves each other.
Yeah, but this is not like something that. Because Samuel did a video just beforehand where he said, "This is why I make my students fight each other." It's like, don't let that put you off.
Again, that's clickbait. That's clickbait.
Yeah. It's if you join the academy, you're not going to have to step in the ring if you don't want to. But if you do want to, you can. That's the great thing.
Exactly.
And there's probably 1,500 people on the academy, and maybe only 100. Probably not even 100.
Yeah, probably like 80.
To one of the Sunday socials.
Probably like 20 on each. Let's say 60.
Yeah. And then even of the people that go to the Sunday social, it was only 20 people that fought on the night. Exactly. And that's including Samuel and Mike Love. So only 18 who were... 18, yeah. So.
It was cool. I think after the victory, because Samuel won, of course, and we were backstage, having a good time, taking photos, chatting. It was a very, very proud moment of mine, like to get to the co-main event and end up winning. It was that and being on Winners on a Wednesday for me, it was like up there. On the highlights. And
for me, that experience and having the video and the images from the night and everything is so great for my confidence now. To how I, to have such a day,
a challenge,
a challenge and an elevated experience that then I can remind myself of, helps to elevate me again.
I don't think anything you do will be as stressful and as physically demanding than that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Moving forward, very rarely, have 1,000 people watching you get punched in the face multiple times, and you guys are going at it.
But it's so weird, I was working a lot on my mindset, and I have been working on my mindset, and I want to incorporate a lot more of that mindset work into the podcast, because I think it's super important. At the end of the day, the only thing that makes a difference is taking action, but how much action you take depends on how you think. Our thoughts define our actions, and most people just go through life pretty passively, and whatever thoughts come,
but actually bad about themselves, maybe.
Yeah, definitely, and having limiting beliefs. But you can control that. You can't, so if you control your thoughts will control
reality.
You to then take more action, to be more productive and more
successful almost.
Successful, but more disciplined, and and just. So a few sort of thought exercises, and the reason I bring that up is because on the day, I prepared so much. I didn't feel nervous at all. Yeah. It's just so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird to think that, because I don't know. I would have thought I would be nervous.
But boxing, I think boxing's like 80% mindset, 80% up here, and 20% here, because you're gonna get tired.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna get punched in the face whether you like it or not. And it's your mindset. Am I going to give up? Am I going to run away?
Yeah.
Am I going to drop a knee? Like it's all up here. Like when you're getting punched, it's very rare that like your body will physically drop unless you get knocked out, which I have been before. Shout out to Tommy, I hate you for that. But I think I've watched a lot of even boxing podcasts, and they agree. Like the guys are, it's very big up here.
And the other thing is, like, everyone said to me afterwards, it was one of the best fights of the night.
It was amazing.
I think because Jag and I were very well matched.
Yes.
So we went the distance. We both gave it our all. So it was really good. But also, if it was just my friends coming up to me afterwards saying, "Oh yeah, you did really well" and stuff, I would have thought a little bit to myself, "Oh, they're just saying that because they're my friends and everything." But we had they live streamed the event, and it had professional commentary as if it was like a pro fight.
It is such a good
and even
event.
the commentators were saying, "Wow, that was such a good fight." They gave it their all.
No, you guys are crazy.
That was so good for me and my mindset and my self-esteem. The fact that I was getting some recognition from pro commentators, and it's all because of the academy. It's all because they put on the event, which is not part of what the academy is about.
And there's another one next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
Let's hope we get the invite for that.
Would you do it again?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think like my mom and my girlfriend, they don't like me boxing, and my family.
Oh, really?
Like leads to early dementia or this and that. Like they think it's very dangerous, which it is.
But to do one fight a year,
because I've been hurt before. Yes, exactly. No, I would love to fight again. Maybe I need to protect the belts, you know what I mean? No. Don't give them that idea. This thing's staying with me.
I did after though. I've gone through a process. Like at first I was like, okay, I've done that now. I can tick it off my bucket list. But then afterwards, I started to realize a lot of it was such a great opportunity, and I was very focused on my fitness, and it was a personal challenge to me to just get in the ring. But then I realized actually, it was all for a good cause. It was all for charity, and I missed a lot of opportunity to sort of bring attention, use my platform to bring attention to the cause. So if I was to do it again, I would do it, but with a very different mindset. It would be less about a personal challenge for me, but more about trying to bring attention to the cause and to the event.
Yes, for sure.
And I'd probably be less focused on winning. I really wanted to win. It was really important for me to win. But I would, so I would do it again, but it would be very different.
Yeah.
I'd approach it.
No, I like that. To be fair, I was just full on violence, headset. I think again going into it just so confident.
Yeah.
I was in the corner after the first round, and I was telling the guys like, "Don't stress, I've got this." But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was very confident, but I think you have to be confident. You have to believe you're going to win. Like you said, it is all about mindset, but I think I was maybe overconfident because Jag did knock me about a bit. He nearly knocked me down.
To be fair, I thought it was going to be a runaway for you because I saw you training, and you just you were going through guys, you messed up Tony, you messed up another guy.
Yeah, well, I was originally meant to fight Tony.
Yeah.
But they changed it at the last minute, and I'm glad. At the time, I was disappointed because Tony's
he's a big dog.
He's a big dog. Everyone knows him. But I think it would have been. I don't know. I don't want to sound too cocky or anything, but I think it would have been too easy.
I think that's why they maybe switched it around.
Yeah, because when we agreed to do it, I was a different person. I really upped my game in those 4 or 5 months and did a lot of training. And I think Tony didn't really start training until he came back from Africa, which was only 1 month before. I think he did he's very fit. He's very fit.
Yeah.
He's a lot. But I don't think he's done a lot of boxing.
Did you have like a personal trainer? Or
the last 6 weeks I was going almost every day to a boxing.
Like that was crazy. Like the Jack who I was fighting, like I think like 2 months before the fight he got like a personal trainer, training 6 days a week. And I had like in the corner, he had his professional coaches and stuff. I just had like my brother and a really good friend of mine. We were just having a really good time.
I was really lucky to have Alex, who's
Alex
on the academy,
is amazing, man.
But he's done like 20 fights.
Yeah, he's a good fighter.
He really knows what he's doing. It was, and he wasn't just there in the ring with me. He was with me the whole day, and he was like carrying my bag and everything. He was such a great guy. I love that guy, and I owe a lot to him for that.
Back to this merch. Here we go. Here's a good one.
So
this is a birthday, a Christmas present or birthday present. Me on graduation day with Samuel.
Okay.
So my girlfriend got me this, or it was my girlfriend's mom. I actually can't remember.
So the graduation, that's a new thing. They didn't use
graduation.
To do that, right?
Yes. I think that was very cool. That is again just focused on business and growth and scaling.
Because it's not just a graduation ceremony. It's a whole day of training.
Yeah, it's full on.
He picks people out and he will actually talk about your business plan and how you're going to move forward from your year, because it's it doesn't end at the end of the year.
I think being a part of the High Flyers Club. I think we meet up once every quarter. We're going to Dubai at the end of this month, or at the start of next month. I've booked the tickets and stuff, and that's very cool. Like again, people don't know like there are different parts of the academy. Like if you are on Winners on a Wednesday, you're an associate member. You kind of get invited to be a high flyer.
I've just got on the High Flyers.
Yes.
Recorded my success story with Patricia in December, but I haven't been to any of the High Flyers.
Yeah, because they haven't been around yet.
So,
but no, it's amazing, and like just the knowledge in that room alone, like is worth the 12 grand. Yeah, like it is crazy. Like because like people don't know, Samuel is just a businessman through and through, and he's a marketer. And like he could literally take any business and make it, a massive.
Because there used to be a course part of the academy that you do at the end called the ACPP. Did you ever do an ACPP?
I did the ACPP.
Yeah, and I think the graduation is the same. It's the same thing, but the thing is the ACPP. It got a bad reputation because people, used to like single everyone out and grill them on their business plan, and people used to be scared of it. And a lot of people just didn't book on to do the ACPP. So they just the graduation is a kind of a rebranding of the ACPP. It does the same thing. There's more people.
Yeah, so it's less straightforward. Yeah.
So the even the graduation is another. Day of training.
I was very lucky, to go on like Winners on a Wednesday when it was just Samuel and I, being interviewed at his house. Yeah. And then I did like one of the last ACPPs when it was like that old format. So I was lucky enough to do the graduation as well. Yeah,
I was on the very last ACPP.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that would have been.
So I got to do that and the graduation.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then you've got
this
Winners
is
on a Wednesday.
One of the plaque. Good lord.
You don't get this as part of the academy.
No. This is just my girlfriend. She was very proud of me because she knew I was quite happy. Yeah. So Samuel made this post on Instagram or LinkedIn or something.
So that's a quote from Samuel.
Yeah. So he blowing a little smoke up my ass, which is very kind of him.
Well, he likes to
bring up his students.
To lift us up and promote us and
which promotes himself at the same time, which it's just such it's so clever, the whole marketing and stuff. But no, the support's there, the love's there. I'll do anything. I want to get a Samuel Leeds tattoo. I've been chatting.
Really?
Yeah, like a Samuel Leeds logo tattoo on my leg somewhere, or but the deal is lifetime membership.
Okay. Yeah, well, lifetime marketing. You put your QR code for your affiliate link or something.
I'm busy negotiating that with Samuel backstage.
Right. You got anything else, or is that everything?
I think that's the gist of it, eh?
Well, I've got one more thing that you don't have.
Oh, you got Samuel Leeds' wisdom tooth.
The same day I recorded my success stories. Was the awards night, and
damn!
I had no idea that Samuel was going to do this, but he basically loves the podcast, and he's created the award. You can see that. Whoop! Property Investors Podcast of the Year.
Well deserved. I was there. I saw you get that. I was so excited.
And it was so funny.
Gonna hold that for you.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Yeah. Let me just pretend like I'm a podcast.
Well, because I was sitting there thinking, maybe one day I'll win an award.
That's amazing.
And 5 minutes later, I'm standing up on stage with an award in my hand.
Yeah, and you were wearing a full Scottish outfit.
Yeah. So, and I'd done my. I got to see my Success Stories interview just the other day. It hasn't come out yet, but it's coming out soon. And so I'd done that, and on the same day, and then I realized that when I watched it back that it was kind of a good rehearsal for my speech, because I said a lot of exactly the same things, almost word for word. So yeah, that was a surreal day, and that was less than a month after the boxing. So yeah, it was crazy month.
No, that is so good. Yeah, like my goal next year, definitely like be a award-winning property investor. Just trying to use these unique strategies and like get some serious deals over the line. Then that's the goal. That is the goal.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do this again when I win an award.
yeah, that'd be good. And then another thing that they've recently introduced is this like gamification where we sort of get points whenever we go to an event.
I like that. I do like that. But I'm not happy because I'm like 900th right now, and I want to be. I might just have my laptop open, like doing training videos in the background, just to get up there. Because I've done all the vids now, all the training modules.
Well, one thing I've been focused on this year is I want to do a lot of speaking at the Inner Circle events.
Amazing, yeah.
And but I don't think you get any extra points for doing that, which I think you should.
Yeah, and maybe that's cool. Next week Wednesday I'm going to Canterbury to be the guest speaker.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah,
we'll have to get you
that's
up.
Going to be excited. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love that. I've been up to Leeds, been up to Preston, going to Birmingham in March.
I did a bunch of talks when I did like 6 or 7 of them when I was starting the podcast to try and get people on my mailing list. Join the mailing list, by the way.
Yes, join the mailing list or get punched by Colin.
Because I wanted to get some people on the mailing list. But then I stopped. I haven't done any for almost a year. But now I did the first one last week in Northampton. I got at least I've got like I think 10 more booked in, but I want to do. But now there's a lot more.
Amazing. No, there's loads.
47, I think it is now, and they're adding new more every month.
Yeah, I'm one of the leaders for the Brighton Inner Circle.
Oh right, well you have to get me. Let's put me in.
Yeah, we can do that
because I benefit so much from doing it. You think that you're not just giving a talk. I did my talk the other day. I was saying about how we don't realize our own value. And that's something I talk about in my talk. But even afterwards, there was this guy came up to me and he said, can I get your number? I want to have a chat with you. And had a chat with him the next day. And he's doing really, really well in property. I can't teach him anything on property, but he said he was really what I was talking about, mindset and putting yourself out there. He said that really, really spoke to him. So we do have this tendency, I think, as human beings to not value ourselves. And like I said, what's ordinary to us is extraordinary to other people, and we don't realize that. So just going out and telling your story helps you to realize the way that you are valuable to others. So I really want to do that as much more.
Yeah, no, it's so good. Building the brand, getting those connections, having a bit of authority. It's amazing. Anytime I can get on stage or get in front of the camera, like I'm here with you. Thank you so much, by the way, Colin. It definitely just helps scale your business and gives you a lot of confidence as well.
Yeah, and it isn't just ego. It is actually helping you see the genuine value that you do have. I find so. That's something another thing that the Academy gives you the opportunity to do, but it's not something that is sold as part of the Academy, but just another additional benefit.
Yeah, I think like just the property and investing and the business literacy that it teaches you. Like I'm still getting phone calls and I'm seeing like my friends and family and people close to me like buying properties. My mate just bought a property in Portugal. And he was like, this is going to be an investment property. It's going to be on Airbnb. And I was like, amazing, bro. Like what's the expected ROI, return on investment? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, cool. So you bought a property, you haven't worked out. You said it's an investment, and you haven't. Like people just don't know that it's literally it's just formulas. And I like all of my investing is just led by formulas. Which because you've got to back it up with numbers. But so many people like I know like buying new build houses and this and that. I'm like, as soon as you buy it, it's going to depreciate because it's not a new thing. And like just good debt, bad debt, people just aren't clued up about these sort of things.
Well, that's the way we're conditioned, and that's what Self-Unemployed is all about.
Yeah,
it's like,
true then.
It's about teaching people to think differently about money and about wealth, and knowing the difference. Money, it's sort of wealth, but it's not. It's falling in value. People don't realize that.
True.
Whereas other things, other assets, and you don't necessarily need to have a lot of money to get started. And property is not the only type of asset, So that's what the podcast is all about.
I like that.
But also mindset. I want to start bringing more mindset stuff into it. Watch this space.
Yeah, definitely watch this space. I've started rereading or listening. I'm more of an audio guy because I drive a lot. But Atomic Habits. The book. Have you read it?
Oh, Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I have read that. Yeah.
Absolute banger. Absolute. It's really, really good. Like just that story resonated with me with the dad. Well, the man. He wanted to do an experiment and like raise his kids to be like world chess champions. And he knew that he needed a partner that kind of had his vision with him, because there was going to be a lot of discipline. And just be fully like a full household worth of chess, you know what I mean? Like just chess knowledge and chess idols and all of this. So he like went around finding and chatting, like having business meetings with women, this is ages ago, to find someone that kind of had the correct mindset as him. So there's one lady said, I'm keen, I'm going to give birth to these kids for you, and we're going to train them to be chess champions. And that's exactly what they did. I think the lady gave birth to three girls. I think there was like twins and another girl, I think, or just three girls. And they were literally like grandmasters and the best. Like, I think from a young age, learning about stuff that people don't really learn about, and having that guidance and that support.
Well, it just goes to show like who you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
And it doesn't need to be. We can't choose who we're surrounded by at a young age. That's out of our control. But we can choose who we surround ourselves now. That's super, super important. That's another reason why the Academy is so good.
Academy all the way. I couldn't. I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be on the boats. I would be on the boats right now. Away from my girlfriend, away from my family, earning decent money, but working for someone else. It's not sustainable. The Academy is the place.
Okay, well,
there we go.
So hopefully, if you were skeptical, or if you think Samuel's just making money selling courses and ripping people off, hopefully this has opened your eyes to the genuine passion that we have, the way it's changed our lives. There'll be a link in the description if you want to find out more about what Samuel has to offer. Also, if you want to come to one of the inner circles that we've been talking about, the local meetings, there's a link to there. You can come as a guest, but you're only allowed to come once, and then you have to decide if you want to join or not. But I think we both recommend that people do.
Definitely come down to the Brighton one. It's the best.
No, Oxford's the best. Okay.
Thank you for having me, brother.
No problem. Thank you.
It. Oh, well done.
Thank you for watching, and I really hope you found this episode helpful. If you have, and you haven't already, make sure you click subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let us know what you think in the comments so that I can keep bringing you interesting and valuable information through the amazing guests that I am having on the show. Also, as I was saying earlier, more importantly than that, join the mailing list, because YouTube isn't optimized to give you value, it's optimized to distract you. But I think that the content I'm trying to give you is more valuable, and I'm trying to help you build that wealth mindset. So if that is something that interests to you, don't rely on YouTube and Google to notify you. Join the mailing list and you'll just get an email every now and then when there's a new episode available. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.